I'm trying something new today. My plant mom assignment for today is to take care of my plants, and I noticed the leaves were dropping off of this one after they just started growing back. It does it every year, and I noticed that it had some what I think is mealybugs. So I looked at some of the plants around it, and yes, confirmation. There are mealybugs going around my house, getting on my plants. So everybody's out here today to get a spray and to get a little trim, which I will use the alcohol on my scissors and trim and check and then put everybody back. So come along for this first session of Proud Plant Mom, who's having issues today. I started with this one, did a little spray, but now that I'm inspecting it, I see a few more mealybugs coming to light. So I'm going to spray them with a little neem oil and dishwashing soap. So anywhere I see the white, I'm going to spray. They try to hide. Oop. And then I'll try to wipe it off a little too. Now, a quick inspection of my orchid, who was nearby. Need to look under the leaves, on the stalks, in the plant matter, and the dirt. Make sure you get all the dirt sprayed, and this will be sprayed again in a couple days, just to make sure everything is done. I see a little bit of what I think is, oh look, a new growth. That's exciting. We want to make sure it stays healthy, make sure there's no bugs growing on it. So I am going to spray it heavily and let it dry out here in the nice 50-degree weather on January 4th in Reading, Pennsylvania. Just checking the stalk to make sure there's no bugs hiding in there. But this is still alive and doing well. Like I said, getting new growth. But we want to check for anything white or dying. Make sure we spray the medium. This one I moved back to the orchid room where I have a grow light going. And I thought he was dying because he got some bugs, but it turns out that he just needed more light. The living room was not enough, so I'm checking him to make sure he hasn't been infected. So far, looks pretty good. This is a new growth here, and a new leaf is emerging. So I'll give him a good spray and make sure nobody is hiding in the ground here or any of the pieces. So I give this guy a good spray. Now this is the one that I caught with lots of infestation, and I brought him back to the orchid room because he was not getting enough light and was growing so long in the living room and had all this deadness going on here in the bottom. So I don't know if he carried it with him or if he got it there. So I am going to trim him back and give him a good spray, and hopefully he can regrow. I see some down in there, We're going to have to make sure that's all gone. Alright, going to trim them and give them a squirt. So when I use scissors, I always sterilize them so that I'm not spreading anything. And a little bit of alcohol on there. I'm outside and the geese are, I don't know what they're doing. Flying south, maybe? It's a little late for that. Okay, so prepped, ready to trim. Took all this new growth off because it's just totally infested and I don't want to treat it. I'd rather just get rid of it. In the trash it goes. I don't know, I think they're flying in circles. Wow. Yeah, there they go. I think they're lost. Their compass is broke. Alright, I've trimmed this back pretty good. I've sprayed most of it. I dug out the top layer of soil. I'm going to spray this real good because I'm not really sure who's living in there. And I put it into a bag so I can get rid of it and not infect anybody else. Just trying to take off some of these dead pieces so I don't bring it into the house, and shake it a little bit. I'm going to let everything sit outside till it dries because it's a nice day. But yeah, I think he will get sprayed tomorrow because he was so infected and it's hard to see where everything is. Alright, I'm going to spray it and then on to the next one. Got a surprise for you. Just a side note, I do collect water all summer in my rain barrel. There won't be any collecting this winter, but I do use it for all of my orchids, especially rainwater, but then I try to use it to do all my spraying and for the most part watering. So I had to add some more water to the neem oil and dish soap sprayer because I'm doing this hard and heavy. I don't like these little bugs. It's so annoying. Alright, so he will be separate. And I'm going to also wipe down the shelf where they live because these bugs crawl everywhere. Alright, this guy looks pretty good. No dead leaves. That's usually how you can tell. But I'm just going to check and give him a good spray because he was in the neighborhood. It's the first time I ever had one of these really grow longer than a few months. And it's basically because of the light, the grow light. They love the light. And I have a dish in here, so he's not sitting in water, but he gets a good amount of water when he needs it. Alright, so I'm going to spray this guy. So this is the next little guy I'm going to work on, my crown of thorns. I got him as a rescue, but then I propagated this one. This one is a baby of my original. And I think I'm going to do that again this summer. Make some more. My big one is getting too big. But this one is cute. Loves the light. Alright, time to spray it. So I just wanted to show you as I'm inspecting it. There it is. One little bug. And so I'll be spraying him heavy and looking for more. But I'm going to get him and give this guy a chance. Alright, he looks pretty good. Flowers look good. I think I got that guy And I will keep checking back. I use the tweezers to get off the dead flowers, so I will sterilize them. And okay, I think I did it. I think that looks good. And just need to make sure I get the pot itself, because yeah, you don't want any of those bugs growing down there. Alright, there's another one. Now, on to my orchids, which I don't think are infected, but I want to make sure, check under the dead debris. This one is a little dry, but yeah, still healthy. Just want to make sure none of this white stuff is the beginning of a bug. So I am going to spray him, and then there's a surprise coming. Here it is, the last one for today. My Sherry baby, very, very healthy, has grown a lot since I got her, and for the first time ever, she is blooming, and I just discovered that today. And so I am going to put her somewhere where the can get a good light. And yeah, it's supposed to smell a little chocolatey, so I'll just keep an eye on that. Alright, that was the first session of Proud Plant Mom. I am proud, but a little discouraged, but I'm not going to let that stop me from taking care of my babies. Alright, see you in session 2.